Hi guys and welcome to today's video. Today I'm having an absolute bloody mare. It's the 31st of January, which means only one thing, is New Year's Eve. That means I'm filming on the worst possible day of the year because there's fireworks going off every 5 minutes. Fun little fact for you, I've already filmed this video already and the makeup turned out so horrifically bad that I was like, I can't even rescue this, I have to start again. So here we are, starting again. I've got concealer on my eyelids, eyebrows on my eyebrows. Let's just get on with this, please. Second time around, let's just do it. I thought what we could do is I'll just sit down, do a little chatty get ready with me for New Year's Eve. I mean, it's practically New Year's Day at the rate I'm going, but I just do like a little get ready with me. We'll talk about some New Year's resolutions I've got, some goals for 2020, some goals for the decade. Maybe not goals for the decade, that's a bit far-fetched, isn't it? But some goals for 2020 at least. I'm going to use the Natasha Denona Metropolis eyeshadow palette today. I have just used this and it went disastrously wrong. So I'm hoping now that I've done it once and messed it up, that now it will be absolutely fine, because I don't really have a second chance here. I want to just get it right. I'm going to go in with this shade right here called Rope. If you see me looking over here, it's because I've got my TV plugged into my camera so that I can see what's happening, like what's being filmed, because previously I didn't have that, and sometimes it's a pain in the ass because you can't actually see if you're in focus or not. I don't know how well this is going to go in terms of like it working out in that sort of sense, but hopefully this works. I'm not going to use this brush. Hopefully there's not a massive humming noise in the background of this video, because last time I used the HDMI cable in my camera I found that there was like a slight humming noise throughout the entirety of the video. So now I've got a new HDMI cable. Hopefully it shouldn't happen, but if it does, there's not a lot I can do. I'll probably just not use this function again, but it is very handy because I can see what's happening. Like, you know, people say, oh, I'm looking to the monitor. I've got my just bedroom TV behind it and I can see if I'm in focus or not, and I think I'm always in focus when it's plugged in because it's constantly like looking at my face. So hopefully there's not a massive humming noise behind it, because I kind of want to keep using this as a monitor because I can just see out of my right eye that everything's in focus, you know? So this year, and I feel like as it marks the start of a new decade, I would kind of like to make some New Year's resolutions are actually achievable and aren't too adventurous, but equally are good for me and my health. I've got two main goals this year that I really want to do, and one of them is to become a little bit more organised, as in more organised in my day-to-day life. I find that I'm always running around, running out of time, trying to cram 50 million things into one day, and I'm probably exhausting myself way too much without even realising, and it's just not, it's like not having a very good effect. It's having a knock-on effect, and I feel very stressed all the time because I'm trying to fit so much into one day. So I just want to start planning my life a little bit more and actually sticking to a bit more of a routine to keep myself accountable, and actually reserving time for specific things, like going to bed at a specific time so that I wake up early, so that I go to work early, so that I come back home from work early, so that I can do a bit of YouTube, or I can read a book, or I can watch TV, or I can actually do things for me, because I find that my time management does slip when I'm tired, or, you know, it's like a diet for me. Once it slips, and I don't really regain it very well. And that kind of leads on to, that kind of segues onto my next point, is I want to lose a ton of weight this year. I mean, not a ton, literally, but I want to lose 2 stone. And I think that's achievable. I mean, I know that's achievable. That's only £2 a month, which isn't that difficult. Obviously, I know it doesn't work out like that, but it's not that difficult. So, I mean, off the scale terms, I want to drop a dress size. I want to drop a dress size. I want to go from a 14 to a 12. I want to be a very small 12 on top, perhaps, and a very big 12 on the bottom. Like, I'd be very pleased with that. And then to have the goal maybe for 2021 to be a size 10 and then a small 12 on bottom. But I would love to be able to drop down from a 14 to a 12, cram back into the clothes that once fit me, and to just lose that excess weight. I'm very aware that I'm quite overweight at the moment. Obviously some people might not think so, but I feel weighty, and it's not a nice feeling, to be honest. It's not nice feeling overweight, it's not nice feeling unfit. So I would like to get myself back to the level where I'm not as fat as I am. I won't be one of the people in the gym in January. it's just not my gig, to be honest. I don't mind the gym if I've got a gym buddy, but I cannot go to the gym by myself. I find it so boring. I bloody hate the gym. But what I do want to do is some more exercises at home. I've found a YouTuber called Lucy Wyndham Reed, and she is fantastic at doing like home exercise because you just literally follow her on the screen. So I want to do a bit more of that. Again, it comes back to planning, finding the time to do that without feeling stressed or feeling like I've got too many things to do in a day. Just getting my life together a little bit more, you know. It's not exactly difficult. I'm going to just press this colour into the first half of my lid. This colour is called Blaze. So I just want to take up my finger and just press it on the inner half of my eye. Ooh, it's so pretty. Another thing I'd like to do is to find more time to read this year. Now, I love reading and I just don't do it enough. And I'd really like to find the time to read a bit more. I've got all of these books that I really want to read on my bookshelf. I'm in the middle of Mortal Engines at the moment. Jake bought them for me, I think it was last Christmas. I feel really awful for saying that. Was it for my birthday? God, please say it was my birthday. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I think it was my birthday. I'm pretty sure. He bought me all of the Mortal Engines books, and I've not even finished the first one yet, just because I haven't really found the time to read. I know that's a really poor excuse for not doing it, but I just haven't really found the time in my day to sit down and go, do you know what I'm going to do? Read. Because I feel guilty. I feel like I've got stuff to do, so I haven't read in a very long time, and I really want to get back into that. I'm going to then take this shade right here, which is this beautiful blue with a hint of teal in, called Jubilee, on my finger, and press it on the outer half of my eye, so just like this. I read a book in 2019 called Man of Eve. It's by Giovanni and Tom Fletcher from McFly, and that book, oh my god, was such a page turner for me. I just love dystopian sort of novels, absolutely love it, and that book was just ticked every single box. Absolutely loved it. One of my favourite books, I'd say top 10 sort of books, and I really enjoyed it, and that's what really got me back into reading this year. And then I finished it, and the book, like the second book, was supposed to be released in August, and it wasn't. I think it's due for April this year, but it just wasn't released. And then I started the Mortal Engines books, and then something happened, like I think we went on holiday, and then I just forgot to get back reading again. I know it sounds really silly, but I don't know, I'm like that. I just sort of get out of a habit, and then it's really difficult for me to return to it again, so I really want to just get back to reading. I really do want to just really throw myself into YouTube a little bit more, find the time, schedule the time, you know, make time for YouTube, because it's what I enjoy and I love producing content. I really enjoy pressing upload on a video that I've spent an hour and a half filming and then 3 hours editing, and then I've just put my heart and soul into something and going, oh yeah, I'm really happy with that, and I'm really happy with how people are sort of receiving it, and they like it and they're commenting on it, and I'm talking to you guys, and I love that. Like, I love creating content. That is absolutely like one of my favourite things to do, and I just want to do a bit more of that. I actually want to become a little bit more consistent in uploading. I want to get myself to the point where I've got a backup video for when I don't feel like filming, or I've got a backup video for when I haven't got time to film, you know, or the schedule's a bit out of place, or I'm not very well. I want to get to the point where I'm not just rushing around all the time. I'm actually have my life in order a little bit more, you know. There are going to be a lot of changes this year, especially for obviously like what's happening. Obviously I'm going to be living with Jake next year. I don't know if that's going to be on a permanent basis or I'm just going to move in for a couple of months just to test the waters. I'm not really too sure yet. We haven't really spoken about like what's actually going to happen, but we just know that we're going to be cohabiting next year, and I am a little bit afraid. Obviously I'm a little bit afraid. I've lived at home my entire life. You know, I go to uni, I go to work, I've still lived at home. My life is in this house with my family, and I absolutely love that, don't get me wrong, but I think it's just time for me to flee the nest a little bit, just to kind of spread my own wings and fly a little bit. And I think my mum knows that, but it's still not a nice feeling, you know. It's a little bit scary, a little bit daunting, but I'm also really, really excited because I feel like it's how I'm going to find myself a little bit, and how I find my own 2 feet, and how I find my own routine. So I am excited. I'm just like a little bit nervous. I'm going to just take the shade Noble right here on this little flat blending brush, and I'm just going to mesh these 2 shades together just so that there's not so much of a straight line between them. But yeah, I am quite nervous. I am quite hopeful for what 2020 brings. I think if I put my mind to it, a lot of good things could come out of 2020. And with the same brush, I'm going to go into the shade Aqueous, this beautiful blue right here, and I just kind of want to pop this, I don't know, just kind of give a pop of colour maybe right here. Just like maybe slightly to the left of where I just laid down that colour. Is that making any difference? Not really too sure. I have got to say, these shades are very, very glittery from the Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette. It's like, I can see glitter flying everywhere, which I don't mind too much, but sometimes when the glitter is getting up in your matte crease, it's just a tiny bit annoying. Sometimes to avoid that, I just take a little bit of loose setting powder, like literally just a tiny bit of what's on the lid, and I just go over where I put that matte crease down. Sometimes that mattifies the glitter a little bit more and kind of flicks over it a little bit. Sometimes it doesn't work, but sometimes it does, so it's worth a go. I think I'm going to take the shade Enigma, this one right here, but maybe not on this brush, maybe on this brush right here. And I just want to define the outer V a little bit more with this brush, just to sort of add a little bit more depth into this sort of outer corner area. I just want to add a little bit more depth to this outer corner area and define it a little bit more. I really want to use a lot of my makeup this year. I feel like I've got so much makeup and I just don't use enough of it. So I really want to make a point of getting through my makeup, or at least using a lot of it. Like I really want to start like a project pan almost. I might actually film that in the next couple of days, like early January time, so you know, in the next couple of weeks. Start a project pan so I can actually monitor what I'm using throughout the year, because I'm finding that although I use my makeup, like I do use my makeup every single day, like I have practically got makeup on every single day. Sometimes I don't wear foundation every day, but I've always got at least concealer, mascara and brows on, like at least. And then sometimes I throw shadow on when I'm a little bit bored, then sometimes I throw foundation on because then I've got shadow on. It's like a whole thing. But I really want to make a point of using my makeup and actually getting proper use out of it, to the point where it's got, like, you know, it's got a bit of pan on it. So I might do a project pan this year. I know a lot of people like are really into panning. And there's like a whole project or team pan going on every single year, so I might join that. To be honest with you, I think panning is actually really great because it's people using their product, and there's nothing worse than seeing product just going to waste. To be honest with you, I have just finished doing all of my like makeup declutter. I have finished filming all of them now, so after a couple of New Year videos and, you know, the starting of all of these series that I want to start, I will be just releasing all of the makeup declutters in like every other video increments, that sort of speed. And yeah, I just finished decluttering it all, and it feels good. It feels good to go into my makeup collection and love everything inside of it. However, there was a lot of waste. Like, I threw out a lot of product that was simply disgusting, that simply needed to be thrown away. I'm not going to give my family and friends disgusting product, you know. So there was a lot of waste, and it was kind of sad to see. And there's a lot of waste in terms of, even that I was donating it to family and friends, it was products that I had bought and I hadn't used. So I really need to just get my act together and just stop buying product and just start using it instead. So I'm going to take a little bit of inspiration from Samantha March. I believe she's the person that like first did these videos, or she's one of the first anyway, but I'm going to just credit her, but credit to whoever started it or does it. It's like the Will I Buy It series. Now I think this is brilliant. Like, I have recently started watching these, I'd say in the past 6 months, of the Will I Buy It's, and they're actually great because they still express the love of makeup without having to buy it. And that's what I really need to get my head around this year, is stop buying it just because you're intrigued by it. Stop buying it because it's beautiful. Like, you don't have to buy it to appreciate it. And I think that's my problem, is that I've bought way too many things that I like but I didn't need, and I appreciated but I didn't have to buy it, you know? So yeah, I think I need to start focusing my attention on project panning, Will I Buy It, and that could be fun for this channel as well, just have like another consistent upload. Speaking of consistent uploads, I just filmed my Battle of the Boxes today. I think I filmed it earlier today, just for lunch, and I really do need to find a new beauty box for 2020 because one of the boxes got the boot. If you watch my Battle of the Boxes series, then you may have a good strong clue as to who has been booted, but I need to find a new box to replace it, so I need to do that at some point, maybe tomorrow. I also want to take a pencil brush and dip into the shade Queen, this one right here. It's the only like highlighty sort of shade in this palette, which is kind of annoying. It's a little bit too dark for my brow bone, but I just want to pop it in the inner corner. I'm just going to go in with my Primark Vitamin Primer. It's an okay primer, it's just nice and refreshing. But yeah, I really want to pan a lot of products this year, and I want to show appreciation for others. And by that I mean not necessarily panning them, but just giving them dents and giving them a little bit more battle scars, actually using them. I don't want abandoned makeup in my collection where it's not been touched for 8 months, you know? I want to get to the point where I've got a lot of makeup that's been used a lot. I only use the LA Girl Cosmetics foundation. Again, this is one I want to use up because I've got a backup of it, and I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I don't need backup makeup. Do you have any goals for 2020? Do you feel like you want to get your life back on track a little bit? Because I certainly do. And if you don't, if you feel like your life is all in order and all in check, man, I'm jealous. Man, I'm jealous of you. But good for you, boo. Good for you, and you getting your life on track. Do you know what? I forget how lovely this foundation is. And this is what I mean, you guys. Like, I forget how much I love product because I forget to use it. Like, I haven't used this foundation probably in a year. And here I am, coming back to it, thinking, oh yeah, that's why I've got a backup of this. It's bloody beautiful. I'm just going to put a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of concealer just where this is, right here, just like I get purpleness. And then right under the green here, just to kind of make sure this is the sharpest it can be. And just because it is quite dewy, I'm going to take the Star London loose powder, and I'm just going to set under my eyes and just kind of where I put the concealer, just very, very lightly going to set it. I'm not going to heavily set it and bake. I just want to not let that product move around or let the green transfer on the wet concealer. This powder from Star London is actually really, really beautiful for banana powder. It's not too banana-y and it's not too like thick. It's lovely and thin. And again, it's not too banana-y to the point where it's like yellow on my skin. It's just like a nice tint. So really, really beautiful. I'm going to take a little bit of the Wet n Wild Dulce de Leche like contouring duo, and I'm just going to take the bronzing side and then like dab into the powder once just to kind of diffuse it a little bit, and Bronzer. This bronzer is very, very red toned on the camera, but in real life, it's very, very warm. So I don't know why it's turning off red, but whatever. I'm going to go into this little Essence Matte Touch blush in the shade Cherry Me Up. I really, really like these blushes. They're beautiful. One of my favourite blush formulas. And they're only like £2–3. Love it. And then we're going to go in for highlighter. I'm going to use the Juvia's Place highlighter in, what is this? The Tribe Highlighter Volume 3 by Juvia's. I'm going to go into this. I didn't actually like this last time I put it on my face, but anything's worth a try the second time around. New Year's are for redemption, maybe. It's kind of a hard pan highlighter, so it's difficult to see if anything's really happening. And my monitor is, I'm way too pale on this camera. I'm going to have to turn it down a setting like while we're filming and seeing if it works. Has that made any difference? I don't know if that's made the slightest bit of difference. Am I less washed out now? Maybe? So I'm going to apply some lashes to this look because I think it's absolutely screaming out for lashes. I was going to apply a liner, but I think I'm going to wait till I put the lashes on to determine whether I want a liner or not, because I feel like I don't necessarily need it. I'm so lucky because falselashes.co.uk have sorted me out for this new year. They have given me 3 pairs of the new Sosu lashes. So that's falselashes.co.uk. They haven't paid me to say anything about these. They've just sent me these in hope that I would show these on camera to you. And I am, because I think these are beautiful. Like, look at all these lashes. I don't know which ones I'm going to choose. Maybe... Ooh. Maybe these ones? Or these ones? I don't know. Maybe these ones. I think I'm going to choose these ones, which are Brooke. But we've got Brooke, Katie, and we've got Lucy. I feel like Katie and Lucy are so daytime appropriate. Like, these are so fluttery, and these are nice and volumizing. So I feel like these are like your Ardell Wispy sort of types. And these are so fluttery. But I'm going to go for the Brooke because I love that chunky sort of lash where It looks really full and really volumizing. I love like that gappy look because I feel like you can see the shadow through it. So I'm going to apply these. They actually also supplied me some duo lash glue. I actually got my favourite eyelash glue from falseeyelashes.co.uk, and that is the Revlon one. I'll just like pop it on the screen here so you can see a picture of it because it's in my drawers and I really cannot bother to go back there and get it. But I've now got 2 tubes because I'm like terrified that it's going to go out of stock. But this time they have sent me a duo glue. I've never tried duo. This is, I think it's like latex free, which is great. So all of you girls and guys out there that are allergic to latex, I believe this one is latex free. And it dries invisibly, so I'm going to try some of this out with these lashes. I literally cannot wait to apply all of these. So yeah, I'm really excited. They actually also gave me a coupon code for the new year. It's new year for 15% off, and the minimum spend of £15 has to be applied. But if I just show it to you like that, hopefully you can see it. You get 15% off, so that's really kind of them. I'll definitely be stocking up on some new lashes because they carry every lash you can possibly imagine, and for a really good price. So yeah, thank you. Oh, and it doesn't come in a squeezy tube, it comes in like a little brush. I like that a lot. I should have probably put on a bit of mascara before doing this, so I might just quickly do that now while this lash dries. That was actually so easy to put on, and look how voluminous that is. That's actually a massive lash. I'm going to apply a little bit of mascara on my lower lash line. I've actually got nothing on my lower lash line in terms of shadow. We'll just put a little bit of this like khaki green shade. What is this shade? It is called Troop. Let's just put a little bit of this on the lower lash line. I'm then just going to take a fluffy brush and then put a little bit of that rope shade and just fluff it down a little bit more, just to blend that shade out a little bit. Okay, cool. I'm going to put some lower lash mascara on because I think that would complete the look a little bit more. I love a bit of lower lash mascara. I feel a little bit naked without it sometimes, especially in heavy looks like this. So I find that lower lash mascara is very necessary for me. And that is it. That is my New Year's Eve look for 2019. I know it's late and I'm sorry it's not a tutorial based. I thought I would just do it like a real time anyway and just show you what I did for New Year's Eve. It is 11:05 precisely, so I have just caught like the countdown as such, so I can nip downstairs, get myself a little bevy, sit down with the family, count down for the new decade of 2020. I'm so excited. I hope you like this look. Do you like it? Do you like it a lot? I might take an Instagram. I might just be all like 2020. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've got any New Year's resolutions, please do pop them down in the comments below. Share your New Year's resolutions because maybe I'll pick up one of yours and maybe you'll pick up one of mine. Who knows? Share down in the comments. Let me know what your New Year's resolutions are for this decade, for this year. What do you want to improve on yourself? What do you want to just improve in general in your life? Let me know because I would like some self-improvement too, and a little bit of guidance. A little few tips and tricks from you would be great. And please do remember to go visit falseeyelashes.co.uk to go and have a look at all their lashes. Like I said, I'm not sponsored by any means. They have not paid me to say anything. But I do genuinely love this brand. I have picked up a few things from this brand a couple of times. The shipping is great. And they've even given you a code for the whole of January. So it starts literally today. It literally starts today. So the 1st of January 2020 and ends at the end of January 2020. Minimum £15 and you get 15% off, which is really great. So stock up on your lashes. You'll get like a good few lashes to last you the rest of the year. These are really great. They feel weightless. I don't know what more to say. It's great. I love it. Thank you guys for sending me those lashes. Thank you for joining in with me for this look that I've created. Thank you, my little brother, who bought me this little Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette. Thank you guys for watching once again, and thank you for all of the likes, the subscribes, the comments that you've given me this year. I love you guys so much. Here's to another good year. Happy New Year, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!